Hello and welcome to the Calm Confident Woman Studio. Today's practice is a gentle practice, and I thought I would just do this one live for you all instead of just doing it through the studio. And this is a gentle practice for calming the nervous system specifically. It is PTSD Awareness Month as I am preparing this class, and I wanted to spend a little time focused on just really nurturing the nervous system. So it's a very gentle, calming, and grounding practice that allows you to feel safe in your body. So you don't have to have yoga props if that's not something you have in your space. You can make do with pillows and cushions, blankets, and other items from your home. But go ahead and grab a little bit of something, whether it's a couple of folded blankets, a pillow or two, some toss cushions, things of that nature, and come join me on the mat. So we'll keep this practice on the shorter side, probably somewhere around 40 minutes. And if you have something to sit on, such as a block or a cushion, something that's going to give you some elevation to your hips, your back will thank you for that. It's going to be much more comfortable for your back. And you can just crisscross your legs if that's a comfortable option in your body. And if it's not, then find a seated posture that does feel safe and comfortable for your body. And allow your spine to align, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Maybe your eyes soften or close, and start to connect with your natural breaths. Often as we move through the day and things begin to unfold, we forget to focus on the breath. We're just so busy staying in tune with what's unfolding around us. And that is where we can end up with some episodes of anxiety or some depression as we withdraw from life and we start to take all of that frustration and internalize it. So a way to break that cycle is just reconnect with your breath. So begin to notice the coolness of the breath as it passes your nostrils. No need to change the breath in any way. You're just following and noticing. Maybe feel the warmth of the exhalations. Allow your jaws to be slightly parted, the tongue soft in the mouth. Maybe on that next inhale, you are aware of the breath as it passes through the throat. You might begin to notice the breath as it arrives in the chest and ribs. You can even let your hands rest on your chest and your ribs to feel the body expand as you breathe in and soften as you exhale. And maybe you feel your breath down in your belly. And you can even move your hands there to follow that breath, to feel the body's expansion as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, feel how the navel draws back in naturally. Now, over time, you may notice that you just are aware of the breath in 1, 2, 3, maybe just one part of the breath. But with practice, we start to find that breath can fill up the whole cavity of the body, the whole front of the body, even into the back body. And we can notice all 4 points, kind of like the flow of a wave as it rolls in and out on the shore. So let the body fully exhale here for a moment. On your next inhale, notice the breath at the nostrils, throat, chest, belly expands. On the exhale, release from belly, chest. Breath rises through the throat, warmth on the nostrils. And just see if you can ride that wave of the breath a few more times. Inhale through the nose, send it down throat, into the lungs, down to the belly. And on the exhale, belly draws in, the breath rises back out, slowly out the nose. So as you continue to focus on the breath, here's the option to add the mantra so hum. On the inhale, you simply hear the word so, and on the exhale, you hear the word hum. And this is another way to anchor the mind with the breath in the body. And as we unite mind, body, and breath, we start to break any anxious or withdrawing type feelings and mindsets that are taking us into unhealthy places in our nervous system. So let's give that a try for about 3 to 5 breaths here. Whether you recognize where the breath is landing, and if it's just in one or all of the body as you breathe in and breathe out, let the mind still focus on so with each inhale, hum with the exhale. So just for clarification, we're not actually humming, though you could. We just want to hear the word hum in our minds as we exhale. And if that seems to fit you, feel free to stay with it as long as you would like. You could pause this video here and just focus on your breath. In yoga, we call it pranayama, and really give your nervous system a nice little support. But if you would like to go ahead and move through a gentle yoga practice with me, then we will ease off of our support, whatever we happen to be sitting on, move it to the side, and we're going into a pose called child's pose. And we're going into this pose because it is a great place to feel comfortable and safe. And you think of a child or a baby sleeping, and they're often in this position. And it's just a nice way to align the spine, be grounded, and feel safe. You can keep the legs together, or you can inch them a little further away from one another. Take a little ease back so you're moving your sitting bones closer to your heels. And then allow the arms to extend forward and guide the heart space and forehead to your mat or to whatever surface you're on. If you don't have a yoga mat, that's fine. You could be on carpet or on a blanket or even a towel. Anything that helps you to feel a little softness under you, a little support, a place where you feel comfortable. And once we make our way into child's pose, we want to bring our awareness to the tops of our toes and our feet, to our shins, our knees. Notice your arms and your head, all the different parts of the body connected with earth. Feel the breath rise and fall through the body. For our nervous system to perceive that it is safe, it needs to be grounded and connected. Grounded with the earth beneath us, with our connection with our body and our breath, our mind all coming together. And with our gentle practice, we're not in any big hurries. We're not moving quickly from pose to pose. We linger and allow the body this time to really feel nurtured, to observe your body with tenderness, with loving kindness. And without any rush,
3 more slow, steady breaths here. Maybe feel your back body expand as the breath arrives. And soften with each exhale. Child's pose is also wonderful for releasing tension in your low back and across the back of your hips, areas that we tend to hold tension. Then we'll slowly ease the body up. So lift the head, bring hips forward, lift and engage through pelvic floor and belly to help you in your transition so you protect your low back. And then guide the knees underneath you. Have the wrist either forward of or under the shoulders. Spread your fingers wide and anchor into the corners of your hands. Take a moment here to exhale and push the ground away. Lift the center of your spine, round your back. We call this cat pose. It's a great, nice stretch through the back body. And then when you're ready, let the elbows bend. Inhale, lift the tailbone, ripple through your spine. Press through the hands to lengthen the arms again. Heart space is open to the front. And this is cow pose. And then flow with the breath. Exhale into your cat pose. Inhale for cow. And one more time, each direction. Be curious. Notice how your back feels, your hips and your shoulders. And then we'll come back to a neutral spine. Take just a moment to pause here. Tuck your toes. Press your hips back. So now we are waking up the feet, stretching into the toes. Because to feel grounded, we need to be able to be aware of our feet and our toes when we're in contact with the ground. And you can keep the body here and just keep pressing back. If you want more intensity, you can actually take this into a toe squat. And if you come into a toe squat, you might like to have your blocks here under your hands just to help you redistribute your body weight. But this will help to bring some release into the toes and into the soles of the feet. Okay. And then when we have that awareness, then we are in a place where we are able to be more in tune with the ground underneath our feet. And then we can, as life starts getting a little difficult, a little challenging, we can take our awareness if we're standing or walking to our feet and be able to make that connection again more easily. Take a couple more breaths here. This can really creep up on you fast, so take your time and then always feel free to ease the body forward at any point. And then we will ease the body forward again. Untuck the toes and let the feet hit the floor. Good. And then circle and wiggle through the ankles just a bit. All right. We're going to make our way into a standing posture. So for this, we're going to tuck the toes, lift the knees, and step the feet forward. All right. Now, if you don't have blocks, you could use any household item that will give you the similar support. And we're coming into a flat back here. So just neutral spine. And the legs are long. But for this to be a really protected, you want to think about moving your kneecaps up. So lift them up toward your thighs. This activates the legs and protects your legs. All right, so we don't want the knees to push back into a hyperextension. So take another 3 breaths here. And you're always welcome to come back to the mantra, so hum, as you breathe in and out throughout today's practice, helping you to really bring that full body awareness and connection into your practice. All right, from here, bend your knees. Now, I'm offering you a pose called Malasana. So for that, we are going to step our feet a little further apart. If this is new to you and you really don't have any experience with yoga, or you already do and you know your body has some challenges or resistance in this pose, grab something to sit on. It could even be a little stool. But we want the feet flat, especially through the heels. Some people tend to have the heels elevated. And if you'll bring a prop in to sit on, you'll find that you can get your feet down most of the time. If not, another option, you could have a little cushion under the edge of your feet, or you could use some washcloths that you have rolled or folded under the heels or under the feet, wherever you might need them. Right. For this pose, for Malasana, what we are doing is we want to be really grounded into our feet. So feel the ground underneath the feet. You might even take a little shift side to side as you find more room in your hips, in your knees. And my one knee is a little fussy today, so I'm actually going to take a rolled up cloth behind this knee. And what this will do is create a pocket of space so that my knee is not as compressed, and it makes it much more comfortable. So if you have any injuries in your body, that's something that we learn to work with in the Calm Confident Woman Studio classes, is not expecting our bodies to be able to do what they did 20, 30, 40 years ago. Just honoring where we're at this time and still being able to enjoy a really nice practice. So once you're in Malasana, you want to lift up through the pelvic floor, keep a little engagement in the low belly, keep the feet firmly planted. Maybe your hands meet together at heart to lengthen your spine. Give you a little connection between the left and right brain hemispheres. Remind yourself that it is safe to rest, that your breath can be an anchor for you in turbulent times. This practice can be your soft landing, so that you can really feel grounded and safe in your own body. A couple of more breaths here. Good. All right. To come out of this, bring your hands forward. Use the pelvic floor and the belly to stabilize and lift to support your back. Then lift your hips, lengthen your legs. And we'll take a moment in a forward fold again, just to create that release through the back of the legs. Let the blood flow. You can always use your blocks again, or you might just take your hands somewhere on your lower legs. Or if you need more height, bring them onto your thighs. Avoid any pressure of the hands onto the knees. And if it's available, maybe your head fully hangs and dangles. Shake it out. If you have orders from your medical team to keep your head above your heart, then please do honor that. Or if you know that taking your head below your heart creates dizziness, maybe keep your head above your heart. Be very mindful in your shifts and your moves. I love a nice forward fold. I find it very, very beneficial for my low back. You do what feels right for you. Some people are not as don't find them as enjoyable or as beneficial. But I do like to feel my feet on the ground here, to notice my toes, the strength of my legs, an awareness of my legs making contact with my body. So the hip creases, those connections of the thigh bones into the hip bones. And then we'll inhale, flat back. Exhale, come down to hands and knees. We call this tabletop position. Take a moment in stillness in your tabletop. Very good. And then we'll come all the way over onto our sitting bones. And we will guide the soles of our feet together. Now, I did not bring a blanket down, but I do have this cushion, and I like to have a little something right under the edge of my sitting bones so that it helps to tilt my pelvis forward. And what this will do is helps to elongate the low back and creates a little more safety, more comfort. So bound angle, we bring the soles of the feet toward each other, but they don't have to be glued together. You can let them fall open like an open book, right? You could also, if you find it more comfortable, set a block or even a cushion of some kind or a toss pillow between the feet, and this gives you more space. So that might be a nice option, especially if you're doing this after you've had a meal, right? So we'll inhale nice and tall here. Take a little movement if you need it. And then if you want to come forward, you'll move from your hip creases. So if you move from your waist, it looks like this, and that compromises your low back, and we don't want that because that just leads to injury, and it's really not giving your body the same benefits or any of the benefits that we are looking for. So you might choose to stay here. Then when you have the core stability and the spinal stability to hinge from your hips and keep your spine long without bending at the waist, then you can start to extend forward. And once you come forward, you would linger here for a bit. And then if you wanted to make this a little more restorative, you could have blocks to rest your arms on. You could use blocks and a cushion or a bolster or something of that nature to rest on. And then you could even let the upper body start to round forward. But notice the low back stays long. It does not dump out. We keep it extended. Three more slow, steady breaths. And after that third breath, slowly inhale back up. Take your time as you come up. Take your time as you slowly lengthen your legs. And give them a little movement that feels comfortable for you. All right. From here, move a prop that might be underneath you, and we are going into a wide straddle. So for a wide straddle, we just move the legs away from one another. I say move the prop that you have underneath you because I tend to move it, but if you find you still need it, go ahead and keep it. And then what I prefer is maybe just a few blocks, couple of blocks. And as my body opens up and I have more room, then I'm able to just lower the blocks or move them out of the way altogether. So as we're focused on being grounded and feeling safe in our bodies, often what we have done through the years, if we've been holding on to a lot of tension and trauma and stress, is we get locked up in our hips. And so that's why we're focusing on creating space in our hips today while being grounded. So we did that one little standing forward fold and gave us a chance to feel connected to the ground through our feet. But most of what we're doing today is to be grounded closer to the ground. So our bound angle we were just in, this forward fold, the other poses we've been doing. All right, so if you're not sure what I mean when I say flex, so this is pointed, that means you're moving the toes. See, this one foot's cut off. So this is pointed, this is flexed, and this is just hanging out. So we want flexed. That means reach through the heel, bring the toes toward the shin. All right, so inhale nice and tall. And just like in your bound angle, if moving forward from your hips doesn't work for you today, and you find that you're moving from the waist and you're dumping your back, then stay up nice and high, okay? And you're still opening your hips. You're just meeting your body where you're at this moment in time. And that's how we honor our bodies. We really want to honor our bodies. And for some of us, that's a new concept. When I first started learning about that, I was like, what do you mean honor my body? What is there to honor? It's just my body. And that came from many life experiences in which my choice about my body was not my choice. Someone else had taken that from me. So it was a new concept to learn that I could choose to honor my body. And so learn to stay within a range of motion that feels safe for you. There's nothing to prove here. There is nothing that you need to do to be good enough. You're already good enough. There is, all the old messages of life. Let's just take a chance on ourselves here today. Set those old thoughts aside and just be present. Come back to the breath. Let So Hum keep you anchored if that works. And just feel into your body and be safe. So if something is creating pain, that's not what we want. We want to ease out so that we stay in a place that is perceived by our nervous system that we are safe. And that is how we will start to bring healing into our bodies, is to not just go through the motions, but to actually create the opportunity for our bodies to feel safe. Slow, steady breaths. Notice if maybe you're putting more weight toward one side or the other, left or right. See if you can find that equal balance between your sitting bones, and let your once you do, then allow your tailbone to drop down closer to ground, even if it's just a subtle energetic release down, so that you are more grounded, more connected, and your body perceives more safety. 3 more breaths. And then to rise and lift up pelvic floor, a little engagement in the low belly. Push into the ground beneath you as you inhale to come back up. Pause at the top for your exhale. And then ease the legs in toward one another. A little movement. And we're going into a supported bridge and a little bit more work. So keep a prop of some kind nearby. Let me do this. All right. So from here, bend your knees, roll your body down. Be gentle as you come down. And then take a moment and just be in stillness. Let the hands rest somewhere on your torso so you have that physical, tactile connection to yourself. Notice the ground underneath your feet. Wiggle your toes and let them gently sweep across the floor, just getting that connection, that touch. And then feel your hips on the ground. You might notice part of your back or all of your back down on the ground, your shoulder blades, and your arms, the back of your head. Feel the rise and fall of the breath in the body. Then we'll inhale and bring the right leg in over the belly. Hug it in any amount. You can hold behind the leg, over the leg, whatever feels right for you. Just a good little squeeze in. And then switch sides. And release. All right, knees are bent. And we are going to press into our feet, lift our hips, and slide our prop underneath here. So a block can slide under, or you could have a bolster or a pillow or blankets that have been folded, anything at all that'll give you some, 2 to 4 inches of height. It doesn't need to be very high at all. And then take whatever shift you need to feel settled in to this pose. So once again, aware of your feet on the ground. Feel your hips, or actually your sacrum is the flat bone beneath the hip bones that's on your prop. And your shoulders, your arms, your head. Now, if you would like to explore some options while you're in this supported bridge pose, and by the way, bridge pose is considered a back bend because of the head and the heart being lower than the hips. So there are benefits in that regard. But if you'd like a deeper release through the front of the hips, you can explore exhaling and releasing one leg long down the mat to see how that feels. Now, if your body feels comfortable here, it's not in pain, then the body will naturally, the nervous system will perceive that it is safe. And then you can stay here and focus on some breaths, and you're releasing the muscles or the muscle and the connective tissue that run across your hip crease. And this is where we can create a lot of tension, a lot of shortening of those fibers when we are in a state of fight, flight, or freeze. So just giving the body permission to soften and release. Give it time and breath. If you do have one leg long, go ahead with the next inhale, bend the knee, plant the foot back down, and then exhale to extend the second leg. And for the purposes of our practice today, it doesn't matter if you did one side before you did the other. We're just giving the body permission and space to soften. If you felt comfortable and safe with one side, but the second side doesn't feel that comfortable and safe, then bend the knee again. Don't take it. Anything we do, you want the body to feel comfortable and safe. It's all about giving our nervous system the nurturing, the loving kindness that it needs so that it can release at least a layer of those long held tensions and stresses. And then we will inhale, bend the knee, bring the foot back to the mat. Take a couple of breaths here. And then we will slowly inhale, lift, and extend the tailbone toward the legs, toward the back of the knees, ankles, calves. Keep that extension as you exhale your hips down. Take a moment to draw your knees into your chest and maybe move your ankles, wiggle your toes, and set your feet back down. Take the feet out a little wider. Let the knees come into rest, into one another. And this will be our final pose, our Shavasana. If this doesn't feel like the best place for you, a few other options would be to take your blocks, put one under each thigh or knee, and let your legs go long. Or you could use a bolster or other prop for that purpose as well. Wherever you are, you want to allow your body to be heavy. Feel your bones drop heavy down toward the earth. Heavy bones, grounded and connected. Whole body softens and surrenders down. Earth rises to meet you, to hold you and stabilize you. You might come back to your mantra, so, hum. Three more slow, steady breaths. Then if it feels right for you, Ease over onto your side of choice. So one of the things about our gentle close classes is I often, and if I haven't mentioned it, it's always been mentioned ahead of time, always want you to have choice. So as you come to your side of choice, take a moment to be in stillness and check in. Notice how your physical body feels. There are no wrong answers, no judgments. And then notice your heart space. And now bring your awareness to your mind and feel your mind. Release any expectations. And then holding yourself with loving kindness, gently ease your body up to seated. Take your time. Use a prop under you again if you would like. And as you align ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, just taking a moment in seated to feel your whole body in space. Notice the ground beneath you. Feel your bones inside your body. Notice your whole body in space. Allow gravity to hold you. And we'll finish our practice with hands softly over heart. And a little mantra that I'll leave with you. And this is another way you can calm the nervous system. The hands softly over the heart is like a hug to the heart. That's how the body perceives it. So you're not pressing the palms into the chest. It's just a soft placement, one on top of the other. And then a little release of the eyes down or closed. Feel your heartbeat. And remember that it beats just for you. And remind yourself, I am safe. I am okay. I am loved. And then maybe your arms rise. You next breathe in to fill up your arms, heart, and your mind with loving kindness for you. Palms meet. We exhale past our brow for kind thoughts, our lips for kind words. As we rest in our hearts, may we share loving kindness with others. We are all priceless. Namaste. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your journey today. I hope this practice has left you feeling very grounded, giving you a foundation to feel safe in your own body. And I'll look forward to seeing you in class soon. All right, take care. Bye-bye.